Welcome back to the Boss Brother Universe. This is Mr. Nicholas King Bolek Brown, Father of the Year, and this is day 116 going live. That's right, this is my second time going live today, but this is day 116. And just want to go over a few things in regards to what we're doing and what we're working on, and the whole idea, the concept, and the mindset behind all these things. I'm coming to you and coming to family not in a attempt to show you what it is that we're doing and what we're capable of, but to also let you guys know that what you're capable of, because we're coming from the same environments, challenge, things like that, from loss of loved ones to financial hardships to all kind of things, to where we have to recondition our mindsets to see the positive things opposed to being consumed by the negative things. And it's the real thing. But what it takes, when we say that if we can do it, you can do it too, it takes a commitment, it takes dedication, it takes sacrifice, and it takes investment in yourself, investment in your children, and it takes investment in the possibilities to think that you are good enough and you are capable and that there's greatness inside of you to accomplish your goals and dreams. There's no one better than you, they're just doing things better than you. So that means if someone is doing something, you can do it as well. All it takes is for you to make a decision, find out what they're doing, and execute in the manner that they execute. And who knows, potentially you probably can do it better than they're doing. In a lot of cases, especially when you come from the environment that we come from, specifically Jackson, Mississippi. Overcoming water crisis, crime, poor streets, poor leadership, you name it. But one thing I can say about Jackson is an amazing place. And as I'm traveling all these different places, and we travel the world and traveling these different cities and things, Jackson is not worse than these other places. What I've noticed about Jackson is the people in these other places tend to have more pride from where they're coming from, because a lot of these places, specifically Atlanta, Georgia, there's a lot of places, a lot of things going on, if not worse, if not the same as Jackson, most definitely worse when it comes to the streets, when it comes to crime, when it comes to the water, when it comes to all these different things. Atlanta and these places are not exempt. So one thing I can say about the people from Atlanta, that's different from what I notice a lot of times from us in Jackson is, you meet people from Atlanta, you don't really hear them complaining about the problems and the bad things about Atlanta. You always hear them talking about how great Atlanta is and things like that. But when you come here, there's some great things, a lot of great things going on here, but there's a lot of bad things going on as well. But the people from here are not focusing on the negative like we tend to do from Jackson. Jackson can be exactly what it is that we want it to be. But I also would say Jackson is a reflection of us and our mindset and our attitude about what it is that we come from. You look around, you see the streets, you see the dilapidated houses and things like that. When you have someone has a pessimistic mindset who tend to focus and see the negative side of things, then they're going to complain about the negative. But when you develop an optimistic mindset and you start looking around at all these quote-unquote bad things, as far as the houses and things like that, you will start seeing opportunities. So when you understand that when the things are in the worst condition, it can only get better, and know that when we become better, everything becomes better around us, then we can take advantage of these opportunities. It's no mystery, no coincidence, and no mistake that we are born and are from Jackson, Mississippi at this point in time. This is the greatest time to be alive, with the most resources, the most access that we've ever had. We have the capital, we got money coming in, whether it's from working a job, from taxes, or whatever it is, but we don't know what to do with it. We must become consumers and make investments in not only in ourselves, but in our community. You see a house, you stay next to an abandoned house, buy it. Because years ago, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years ago, we couldn't purchase anything. And so now we got a whole lot of opportunity, but we can't see it because we're so focused on the negative. So once we start developing our mindset by learning, listening to motivational speakers such as Les Brown, E.T., and things like that, and we put away all the excuses and we hold ourselves accountable for the betterment of ourselves, our children, our household, our community, and our environment, then we're going to really be in position to run some things, to have some things, really have our way. Because there's no better time than now to start making those investments. So I want to give a shout out to everybody in the city that's doing something positive, productive, from teaching people, from making positive music, or making, just showing, leading by example. From Quinn Hollins at Foundations of Life, from Courtney Thomas, right here doing all kinds of things. Like, he's a serial entrepreneur, and so is Quinn as well. Courtney around here, he giving people access to buy houses, teaching you about funding, teaching you how you can get access to the list so you can get these houses. And you don't have to come out and pay a whole lot of money. Start making an investment. I want to give a shout out to Jarvis Jones from Christian Brotherhood that's doing some things. Robert Griffin from Christian Brotherhood doing a lot of things. You got Parkway Man, you got Measy, you got Kamikaze, you got Trigger Hudson, you got Coke Boomaye, Kansas Gray. Like, the list goes on and on. And forgive me if I'm leaving out some names, but I'm doing this off, you know what I'm saying, without any script. I'm just speaking and talking about what it is that I'm seeing. Because once you start traveling, you start seeing different things, and your mind becomes exposed to different things, and your perspective starts to expand, and you shift your paradigm, and you network, and you meet with people from all different walks of life, and you're hearing different conversations, different discussions, different plans, different visions, and they're not complaining. They're not complaining about the problems. They're not making excuses. And so we had to get on the ball. Like, we really and truly got the world in our hand. The ball is in our court. But if we're not prepared and don't know what to do, then someone else is going to come and take advantage, and we'll lose the opportunity that God has blessed us to be in position to receive and execute on. So we got so many people around here that got, like, from making music to shooting movies to making cartoons to writing books to producing books. Like, if it's something that you want to do, there's a way to do it. We can't continue to just be consumers and just keep spending and wasting our money in the same manner year after year, decade after decade, and continue finding ourselves in worse situations, because nothing stays the same. It's either getting better or it's getting worse. And now currently there's an AI revolution that's going on right now. And if you don't know what's going on with it, and your children don't know what's going on with it, you will be left behind. It's really progressing at the speed of light right now. We're here in the midst of it right now. We attended several events this weekend. The AI Fueled Profits event hosted by Miss Alicia Little. It had speakers by, like, Mr. Les Brown, Nehemiah Davis, Marcus Y. Rozier, and even more people. Like I said, I'm not gonna think of everybody's name right now, but it costs $1,000 per person to get in this room, plus and more. General admission was $1,000. So we all had tickets. So we constantly making investment. Not only did we had to pay for that event, we paid to be vendors at the other event that we walked to that's in the Georgia World Congress building. It was $250 for us to be in the kids zone. Some people paid well over that. You got Keller Williams had an event where they were expecting 10,000 people just across the way as well. Like, there's so much access and so much action being taken around here for us to be sitting down and just be consuming and letting the world pass us by. And as we're doing these things, our children are adopting our mindsets and our behaviors, which is going to cause them to start doing the same thing. And so if they're not being prepared for the future, they're going to be left behind. And they're going to end up working for someone all their lives. They're going to find themselves being taken advantage of and being abandoned. And it's not saying this to be negative, but if we're not taking action and making investments in our future and become the best version of ourselves, then the cycle's going to continue to repeat itself. And so when you see us moving around and doing how we're doing, I made a decision 14 years ago that I had to get my life together, because if I didn't, my children's life was going to be, and my family's life was going to be hard. And me as a man, I couldn't accept it on my watch. So I had to grow and develop. Not saying it's easy, but easy is not the concern. It's necessary, and it has to be done. So stop the complaining. Look for ways to improve yourself. If it's something that you don't know, You got access to the internet. You got phones. Everybody's on YouTube. Everybody's on Facebook. All these different things. Like it's time out for the excuses. And I will also implore those of us that are from the city to start going to the town hall meetings, the city hall meetings, and start showing up and be present, because there's things that's going on and people are making decisions about our children's future, and we're not present and we're not showing up. So when you start seeing things and it showed up, a lot of times we're late to the party, and it's our own fault. So again, if we can do it, you can do it too. There ain't no excuses. Time out for the excuses. We done been to the clubs year after year. We done balled out. We done bought the alcohol. We done bought the drugs. We done bought all of these different things. We done bought the clothes. We done took the trips. Now what? Because we got the money, we just mismanage the money, and we're just consuming. All it takes is a little effort, day by day, to make your situation and your circumstance and your children better. We can't just depend on the schools and the teachers and blame them when our children can't read, or they're not productive, or they don't graduate, or they can't find a job, all these different things. Because there's people that's gone to prison, come home from prison, that are doing better than people who've never gone to prison. And there's no excuse. There's no excuse. If you've been in this free world and you can't be productive, when someone has lost years and years of their life away from their family and things like that, and they're able to come out and be successful, what's the excuse? We gotta really start looking in the mirror and be honest with ourselves. Some people are just sorry. Some of us are just sorry. And some of us gonna be left behind. And just know that it doesn't take everybody to make a change, but it takes a decision for us to make a change. Decide that you're gonna make a change and you're gonna be a part of Jackson rising, because Jackson is rising. And we're a part of it. We are most definitely a part of it. So for those that wonder, like, if we left Jackson or we this and that, we're not done with Jackson. We still from Jackson. We still live in Jackson, but we on tour. You can't, even, my daddy told me years ago, even Jesus had to leave from where he was born. The people from where you're from, only a lot of times can only see what you used to be. They can't see what you're becoming because they're not a part of their growth. They're not watching you make those sacrifices, invest in yourself, come to these conferences and read and study, and night after night, day after day, investing. And so you'll have people that used to know you back in the old days talking about what you used to do and don't even realize they don't even know you anymore. Not saying that the person that you used to be is not the foundation, but once you evolve and elevate, you don't even have those conversations, those thoughts, those ambitions, the things you used to do, not even interested in anymore. Say, for instance, in regards to myself, I used to love to drink, used to love to have a lot of females and things like that, but now all those things are distractions. From where I'm going and from where my family needs, those things don't even fit. So it's only about assets right now. It's really about assets or liabilities. People in your life will either be assets or they're going to be liabilities. The thing that you do is going to be an asset to you or it's going to be a liability to you. So, like I said, you got the world in your hand. You got the world in your hand, the ball is in our court. Things that you don't know, make your children learn how to do it. You make them go to school, because if you're constantly still working off an old paradigm and think you can just send your child to school for 13 years and think they're going to be successful, or 15 to 18 years and think they're going to be successful, they always find themselves serving people. So if that's the case, you might well teach them what the millionaires and the billionaires are doing. And right now, AI is a game changer. Whether you're afraid of it or whatever you're doing or whatever you are, you can use AI to leverage it. And we're not messing around. Like, we investing thousands of dollars year after year into this brand, and showing up in these conferences and meeting these people and these masterminds and these courses and these trainings and these books. 15 years ago, you wouldn't catch me with a book. You wouldn't catch me reading. 15, 16 years ago, I didn't even know how Malcolm X looked. Now, fast forward, moving forward, I'm walking in the same path, in the same direction, and with the same plan, the same mindset as our leaders that we celebrate for Black history. Not only are we making history, Black history every day, we're making world history every day. And what I'm saying is, I'm coming from a place of love. This ain't no flex or anything. We got to get off the pot, and we got to start doing more. Like, you got to start using your time. You only got so much time. And people are going to jail and dying every day. And so we right here wasting time. And for us to have so many children, specifically coming from Jackson, Mississippi, who can't read or write, that's a reflection, and it reflects poorly on all of us. Because the children that can't read belong to us. They're either our sons, daughters, nephews, nieces, cousins, even our uncles and aunts, and mothers and fathers. Like, it really ain't no excuse. And know this, if you don't know this, they decide on how they're gonna, and how many prisons they're gonna build based off our third grade tests and reading scores. So there's a correlation between being able to read and write and count, and not being able to read, write, and count, and going to prison. The school to prison pipeline is real, and if we're not doing what we need to do and put up our focus on our children, then we're a part of the problem. We're either gonna be a part of the problem, continue to be a part of the problem, or be a part of the solution. We got to start having standards, more standards about ourselves, how we conduct ourselves, how we present ourselves in public, because especially when we get on these phones and the internet, it's not just the people that you know see you, or the people that you don't care about. The world, this is worldwide. And so that's why we are looked at the way we're looked at, because of how we conduct ourselves, and how we go out in public, and how we act in public, how we treat each other, how we talk about each other. When you go around other people, other cultures, they have their problems and things like that, but they're not talking about it. Like, family supposed to keep business in-house for the most part. These people right here, other people, they focusing on building. We got to be focusing on building, and we have the resources. We in the perfect place where things look like they are worse and worse. Then that means things can only get better. But they're only going to get better when we get better and we decide to make these decisions. And so, this is my tidbit for now. Check us out, Boss Brothers Universal on all platforms. Check out my interview with the great Coach Boumaier on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. It's 601 Father of the Year. Give me some feedback, support the movement. If you want us to come to your school or not, or your school, your organization, or your churches, reach out. We just ask that we get as many parents to invest in their children by way of a book, some sunglasses, shirts, or something. Because it's not only about supporting what we're doing. When these children get to see children and people that look like them come from where they come from doing these things, then it opens their mind. It increases self-esteem. It makes them more ambitious. So you can make a small investment in your child to elevate their mind for only $19.99. It's the least you can do. You ain't doing it for us. If you ain't gonna do it for yourself, do it for your child. We can support and invest in Dr. Seuss and Green Eggs and Ham and the Cat in the Hat and the Bernstein Bears and things like that. You got the Boss Brothers University, straight from Jackson, Mississippi. You got Jackson, Mississippi in the background. Learn to earn. Learn to earn. Jackson, Mississippi, on. So ain't no excuse. You got the resources. You got people doing things and leading by example. So you can't say you don't know. Can't say nobody told you. At this point, if you're not doing anything, you don't want to do anything. And everybody ain't going to be saved. And honestly, it's on us to save ourselves. So, love and respect, peace and blessings. Stay tuned. Till next time, Mr. Nicholas King Bowleg Brown, Father of the Year, signing off.